Now let's get to the main attraction, the one that we're dying to hear your thoughts on
Yeah.
it. Because it's really kind of because you talked about Superman the last episode
Yeah.
and how much you there was some things about it you liked and some things you didn't like, and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a okay film for you.
Yeah, but overall, I was pretty disappointed by Superman, especially because
Mm.
I'm a DC guy. Like, I love DC more than Marvel, and like, while the Marvel Cinematic Universe definitely did a much better at building up everything they were doing, I really wanted DC to really succeed and like catch up and do their thing. I kind of like what Zack Snyder was doing more than the Marvel universe. So being disappointed by Superman, just like I didn't hate it, I liked it enough, but I mean, it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt. I wanted to love that movie. But that being said, when after watching Superman, I had a feeling that Fantastic Four was going to have a lot of the same flaws because it looked like it might have a lot of the same flaws. It looked like they're going to throw us into a universe that throw us into like the middle of a movie, in the middle of the story, and all that, and like it was like a lot of stuff was going to be rushed, and a lot of things were going to be missing. They were just going to focus on world building and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And while a lot of that stuff is here, I think they did it much better. I really love Fantastic Four. Like, I think this might be, like, top 5 Marvel movies.
Oh, shit.
I really loved it a lot, and I'm actually kind of surprised that people aren't loving it more. Because I don't know, like, if I'm just, like, thinking of, like, some of my favorite Marvel movies, like Iron Man 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, this. I really love this movie. It took me back to, like, phase 1 Marvel movies, but the good phase 1 Marvel movies, like Iron Man 1, the first Avenger, and, like, I don't think this was phase 1, but, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, and just it just felt so fresh, and, like, we're just, like, put in this world that is completely different than anything we've seen in, like, a comic book movie before. I love the whole retro '60s, the whole kind of, like, Jetsons feel, like, it's it's fantastic. I love the movie. I think the only criticism I have, I think, are more nitpicks.
Mhm.
I don't like the way the movie opened. I have this problem with all Marvel movies because I think all Marvel movies, like, they have the Marvel Studios logo, and then it's just kind of abrupt. Like, they there's n I movies used to be, I think, a bit more cinematic. Like, they would have a bit like a very grandiose opening. And I think a lot of the Marvel movies, they just begin like a sitcom or something like that. And this also, it just begins like a sitcom. You're with like Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and they're just having a conversation. And it's an important conversation, but it's not a very cinematic opening. But once you get past that important scene, it becomes the movie the Fantastic Four movie I've always wanted.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
yeah, this is incredible. And the other nitpick I have with this movie, I consider it more of a nitpick coming as a fan, but I wasn't, you know, thrilled, I guess, with the way, Johnny Storm was written. It wasn't, the actor's performance. It's
Mhm.
just that a lot of the things that I think about Johnny Storm, he never really got the opportunity to do in this movie, and, like, he's not fun. Johnny Storm's not really fun in this movie. They treat him more like a scientist, but I'm okay with that. It makes sense. It makes sense for the character. It's just, the version of Johnny Storm that I've always grown up with, he's a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining than this version. Like, I can't picture this version of Johnny Storm hanging out with Spider-Man. But, that all being said, everything else about the movie was absolutely perfect. Everything I had worries about in the trailer just worked in the film. Um, I don't really know, what else to say besides that, I loved it. Do you have any questions about the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I think the major, I guess, the worry was the cast. Is the cast going to be able to gel together as a family? And I think there were a lot of questions about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. As is he
Well
going to be pull off
well,
this genius?
I'll say Pedro Pascal was my favorite performance.
Wow, really?
I loved him in the movie. I love Vanessa Kirby also. Vanessa Kirby is very different than the Sue Storms I've ever seen before either, but it felt perfect. It made this version just made so much sense. Everything just made sense. Like, even like, if there was a change that kind of bothered me a little bit, it was all for the better of the movie. And everything with
Mhm.
Galactus was incredible. This even Silver Surfer's back, they did the backstory correctly, and it was fantastic. It was incredible. They did it exactly like it was. Well, it was the female this time, but it was exactly like what you want from the Silver Surfer storyline. They did exactly what you would want. I I wish I had seen this movie when I was a child, man. This would have been like one of my favorite comic book
Wow.
movies ever. Yeah, and I think a lot of
Wow.
people that
I mean,
aren't
this is your top.
yeah, I think a
It's
lot
not
of people that I think a lot of people that aren't liking this movie is really just because they're burned down on comic book movies.
yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the
And so
best.
you're saying this is one of your top comic book movies? Yeah.
Yeah, this is so much fun. Yeah, this is great. This is like this did what Black Panther did. Where it kind of introduces you to this whole world, and that's
Mhm.
what I meant, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man. And, like this is peak Marvel, man. Like
Wow.
I love Thunderbolts, but this is way better.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the leading up to this movie, the movie release, I mean, people were kind of already picking a part of it, picking it apart, uh, really attacking the Pedro Pascal for a lot of reasons. I mean, and he's
People attack him for the
overexposed
most dumbest
nowadays.
things.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
over
and
he was overexposed, but people attack him for some other things I won't even get into. That's just so
right, right,
dumb.
right. And so it's incredible because I've also heard some good reviews from other people, and it seems like this is going to be the one that helps Marvel come back on top.
Well, it
Uh,
sounds like this is like kind of their reboot because they basically said that after the next two Avengers movies, like there's a soft reboot, and these characters are going to be like the new faces moving forward, and that they're going to recast like Iron Man and Captain America. So it feels like they're doing it kind of like DC, like Crisis of Infinity Wars type of reset, and that they're gonna make these characters the faces of the new Marvel universe. So in many ways, this is kind of a reboot, right?
I would think so. I would hope so
Yeah.
because it's not connected, or so far it's not connected to any other properties.
No, it's its own
You-
universe. I think it was 816. I don't remember 818. It was Jack Kirby's birthday that it showed in
Um,
the end.
Interesting. I mean, now that they had made a successful movie in your eyes, is it going to suck now that they have to bring this into the greater
Well, no,
cinematic?
no, it depends on the execution because like I heard some leaks from these new Avengers movies that got me super excited, and if those leaks are true, they could be like just as satisfying as like the last two Avengers movies if those rumors were true.
Mm,
And this ends up being like a reboot, like a Crisis of Infinite Earths. Well, I guess it's supposed to be Secret Wars, which is basically Crisis of Infinite Earths. But if they do that and they reboot and they kind of just like pick like, okay, this stays, this leaves, this gets recast, and we just focus on this family moving forward, I'm okay with that. We need a new Black Panther too. I mean, we only had Black Panther for one movie.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
all
So
right.
I look forward to the reboot.
So you're hoping for a total reboot, total
Well,
just get everyone.
they're gonna keep some things. I'm sure I read they'll probably keep Chris Hemsworth.
Mhm. All right. Well, that sounds good. I mean, like we're saying, this was the most anticipated movie of the summer. This and Superman. You were saying, in your eyes, Fantastic Four wins this.
Oh yeah, easily. I think like maybe like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved it so much. Like before I saw the movie, I bought the Galactus popcorn bucket. It's super expensive. But when the movie ended, I was like, I love this movie so much. I'm gonna go to the AMC across the street. I'm also gonna buy the Herbie popcorn bucket. And when I got home, I ordered the theatrical posters from eBay. I'm gonna frame them, man. I'm gonna frame them.
Wow, you're like a full
I love it.
from someone who was
That
like
shits on Marvel all the time.
yeah, yeah. MCU is dead. It's
Yeah,
dead, never
and
coming back.
I've been saying that since phase 2.
Right. I know. But I mean, but you were saying like they lost it. This is it.
Yeah.
It's over. One movie, and boom, you're back on the train
Yeah,
again.
but I really like Thunderbolts a lot, so, it's
Yeah, that's true. Does this push you to watch Ironheart or
no, no,
Daredevil the miniseries?
no, but, Um, I need, you know, off topic, but Disney Plus shows. I need to start watching Andor. That's what I need to watch.
Yeah. And so Fantastic Four movie is the big winner of this weekend. So everyone who has not seen it yet, take Raymond's advice. Go now, buy the popcorn buckets, have a good time. Take your family members. You'll have a great time. All right. Thank you, Ray, for another exciting review.
Oh, and also you could probably skip the post credit scenes.
Okay.
Nothing make.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can if you want, but I mean, I you could skip them.
All right. There you go.